We just gonna talk about faith and affliction a little bit. Just got to get an understanding of how to have faith in affliction. Sometimes while we might get afflicted, it's a series of things that we're gonna talk about, man, on this live. So y'all climb on in. Just let everybody know that we still on for today. Day 9, 30 for 30. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna try to tap in a little harder. So I got my word right here, Salakia. I'm just trying to get my word out. Can somebody send me a thumbs up, making sure y'all can hear me good? I know I'm sitting in the car. Oh Lord, I got crust on my lips. Salakia for that too. Somebody shoot me a thumbs up just to make sure I know that y'all can hear me. You know what I'm saying? Through the spirit. I'm gonna try to project. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, man, we just gonna get right into this thing, faith and affliction. We're gonna talk about it a little bit. Like I said, I'm not gonna be too long. I know it's 9:30. I got on a little later today than what I usually do. But we gonna be brief in this thing, man. I hope all y'all had a blessed day so far. I know that a lot of us are working. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are slaving. Some of us are going harder than others, but some of us, you know what I'm saying? Either way, we all still enduring these afflictions on a daily basis. All right. So I want to start with Galatians chapter 5 and verse 6. OK, no, Salakia. I want to start with Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 1. Then we're going to go to Galatians 5 and 6. Salakia. Hebrews 11 and 1. All right. So this reads, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. All right. For it, verse 2, for by it the elders obtained a good report. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God, so that the things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. All right. So like I said, we just starting this thing off with faith, man. Understanding what faith is. Hebrews 11 and 1 tells us that faith is the substance of things not Salakia. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. All right. So we know that verse 6. Let's read verse 6 real quick. This goes ahead and this will take the words right out of my mouth. Verse 6. But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. All right. So real quick elaboration, quick exhortation about faith, man. It is impossible to please God without faith. You know what I'm saying? We talked about humility yesterday. We talking about how hungry are you really? You know what I'm saying? The day before that. But you got to have faith in all these things. OK, I know that you got to have faith. You got to be humble. You got to have faith and be humble at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You can't be arrogant and have faith, because if you're arrogant, then that means you're not showing love. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not showing love, then your faith is null and void, because faith worketh by love. All right. Let's jump to Salakia. Just jump to Galatians 5 and 6. This is the book of Galatians chapter 5 and verse 6. All right. Salakia. Let's go to Salakia. Let's go to start at verse 3. All right. Galatians 5 and 3. For I testify again to every man that is circumcised that he is a debtor to the whole law. Christ is become of no effect unto you. Whosoever of you are justified by the law, ye are fallen from grace. For we through the Spirit wait for the hope of righteousness by faith. Verse 6, for in Jesus Christ, I'm reading it as written, neither circumcision availeth anything, nor uncircumcision, but faith which worketh by love. All right. So remember that faith works by love. All right. If we call ourselves, you know what I'm saying, keepers of the law, doers of the law, you know what I'm saying, and we just got the law and that's it, then, hey, look, Christ, hey, it's no point for Christ. You know what I'm saying? It's no point for us to have faith if we're justified by if we're just going strictly by the law. Why? Because a lot of us have broken the law. All right. A lot of us don't understand that if we living in the times of old, man, a lot of us wouldn't be here right now. All right. This is why you got faith. This is why you got grace. All right. This is why you got to understand how important it is to know how your faith works. OK, faith works by love. All right. And we know that the love of God is keeping his commandments, okay? So remember that we got to understand each and every time that each and every day that we have to exercise a little faith, man. Know that faith worketh by love. Know that we got to keep commandments, all right? Know that we got grace. But I'm not going to get off topic too much because, like I said, I don't want to be before y'all too long. But this is just going a little into, you know what I'm saying, what faith is. I'm just kind of defining what faith is right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really necessarily going all the way into it. I do need my Metreon, but I'm not going all the way into it. I'm just telling you that faith works by love, okay? If you don't remember nothing else, know that faith works by love, all right? And it is impossible to please him without faith. Let's go back to Hebrews 11:6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Okay. So if you got faith, you know what I'm saying, and then you diligently seeking the Most High, you'll get rewarded. Just like we talked about yesterday with humility. All right. Having humility. You can't inherit the kingdom and call yourself humble. Let me spit this gum out real quick. It got me stuttering over my words. But Salakia. But what I'm saying is that through faith, you know what I'm saying? This is how we going to please the Most High. Because with our faith, it's going to be shown by our works. Well, what makes you say that? Well, let's go to the book of James real quick. All right. Remember, faith worketh by love. You know what I'm saying? And we know that the love of God is keeping his commandments. So let's go to the book of James chapter 2 real quick. Like, I know my Ock did a show. When he was at camp, he was going over the whole book of James chapter 2 one day. All right. Let's start at I wanted to go to verse 18, but we can go to verse 18 real quick. Let's start at verse 18. That's where I was going to start at anyway. All right. Oh, Salakia, 17. If you need a reader, let me know. I see you driving. No, I'm not driving. I'm on the side of the road, man. I pulled over to go ahead and bring the word out. You know what I'm saying? Sorry if y'all hear all the traffic that's going on passing by me. Like I said, I just pulled over to go ahead and get this lesson in real quick. Day 9. I know, like I said, I'm not trying to be before y'all long. I'm not doing my normal shouting and yelling thing. I'm trying to keep it a little monotone. All right. But this is James 2:17. Even so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. Okay. So if you got faith, but you ain't doing nothing to show your faith, it's dead. All right. Like, if you getting afflicted, and this is why I taught it this faith in affliction. Okay. Many of us go through affliction. All right. And many of us go through different types of affliction. OK, but either way it go, nonetheless, we all go through some type of affliction, whether it be the Most High trying to prove our faith, or whether it be us being disobedient and the Most High trying to call us back to hearken into his voice and his word. All right. We know that disobedience is a lot of the reason why we got put into captivity in the first place. All right. I said that yesterday, you know, and I just want brothers and sisters to understand that we got to have faith in all these things. OK, but let's read 17 again. Even so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. All right. So if you say you got faith, say a brother or sister got faith that they're gonna be 20 pounds lighter by the end of the month, but yet you still on the same diet. You know what I'm saying? Yet you still not changing up anything that you eat. You're not doing no type of working out. You're not praying. You're not fasting. You know what I'm saying? Then how do you have faith? Tell me, how is that faith? No, brother and sister, that's called insanity. That's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. All right. Some of us are insane, but not in a good way. We got to have faith, and we got to show our faith by works. You can't have faith and don't do nothing and then just think that, oh, OK, it's still going to happen in the first place. Oh, OK, the Most High God is going to work it out for me anyway. All right. Some of us are in situations where money is kind of tight. You know, we trying to get more money. We trying to get things handled, and we don't got no job. And now we just saying, oh, we got faith. But yet you still sitting on the couch every day. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing to progress your life. You might watch breakdowns and videos, but you're not actually going out trying to seek a job. You just think that the Most High just going to drop job on your door. And sometimes it does happen like that. Sometimes people don't do anything but just literally put it in God's hands. But we're not talking about that they don't work. No, those people still work. All right. Those people are still out here praying and fasting, seeking the Most High, asking him to please bless them with this, deliver them from this, heal them from this. OK, you got to understand that in order for us to have the love of God, we got to have faith. In order for us to be delivered from affliction, we got to have faith. And it's hard when you get afflicted. It is hard when you get afflicted to have faith. It's harder than it is for somebody that's not being afflicted. You got people out here living their best life, not enduring no type of affliction. Matter of fact, let's go to 2nd Esdras real quick, chapter 7, and let's go to verse 56 real quick. 2nd Esdras chapter 7 and verse 56. My aunt brought this precept to us brothers a month ago, and it has been sitting on me ever since, man. Because this is the truth right here. 2nd Esdras chapter 7 verse 56. For while we lived and committed iniquity, we consider not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. Okay? So you got to understand that sometimes people are out here living their best life. That's because, A, they don't have no faith. They ain't really going through no affliction, you know what I'm saying? So the Most High really just throwing them up until after they dead, saving them for the day of the wicked. And sometimes it vexes us being in the truth, being hearers and doers of the word. Sometimes it vexes us to see the wicked living lavishly. We sitting up here, some of us in this truth living paycheck to paycheck, keeping laws, statutes, and commandments, wearing fringes, having faith, and yet we not reaping any of the benefits that may come with this side of life. But yet you see somebody out there not keeping no laws, not praying to God, claiming that they love God, honoring him with their mouths, but their heart far from him, and yet they still getting these blessings. Blessings that we feel like we're entitled to because we're the ones out here doing the work. We're the ones out here caring for our people. We're the ones out here being laborers for the word. Sometimes it can vex you a little bit. Sometimes that you might be going through affliction, it can just kind of put a fire inside of you, make you mad. Why I'm dealing with this? Why am I going through this? Why am I doing through this and he's not? No, man, you got to count it all joy. You got to take it cheerfully. You got to take them afflictions cheerfully, okay? You got to do everything. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. You know what I'm saying? You got to endure these things, man. Matthew 24 and 13 tell us, he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. All right? So let's go to Ecclesiastes real quick. 8 and 11. You know what I'm saying? You got to count these things all joy. All right? Ecclesiastes chapter 8. Matter of fact, let's start at verse 10. All right? And so I saw the wicked buried, who had come and gone from the place of the holy, and they were forgotten in the city where they had so done. This is also vanity, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. All right. Verse 12, though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God, which before that Salakia. Let's read this over. Let me slow down a little bit so y'all can understand what I'm reading. This is Ecclesiastes 8 and 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before God. Okay? So we got to understand that the wicked days may seem like they're being prolonged, but nah, don't worry, their destruction gonna come in the blink of an eye. You got to understand that in Isaiah 42 and 14, the Most High said, I've long time holding my peace. It's not too much longer that, you know what I'm saying, the saints of God going to continue to endure the affliction that the wicked should be enduring. We got brothers and sisters out here vexed with diseases. We got brothers and sisters out here dealing with living paycheck to paycheck, dealing with all types of hell, dealing with all types of pain, dealing with all types of stress, dealing with all this anger in life, all this running out of patience. We got brothers and sisters dealing with that. And we got brothers and sisters who are out here being wicked that's not dealing with half as what we dealing with. But we already knew how the tables would turn, us being, you know what I'm saying, believers in the word. All right. 2nd Esdras 5 and 42. Let's go to that. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand that we got to go through the hard things in this life because in the next life, it's going to be sweet and gravy. Like I always say, this is not our rest. And sometimes we get caught up in this being our rest. Now, that's not me saying that brothers and sisters shouldn't pray, you know what I'm saying, for asking the Most High to spare them, you know what I'm saying, have mercy on them. Because a lot of us do want life which is promised, or Salakia, not promised. A lot of us do want the life that is and the life that which is to come. But a lot of our brothers and sisters are going through hardship. And we got to understand that sometimes these things that we're going through require us to have a greater faith. You got to have a greater faith. This is why we're going to go back to James in a second. And I'm going to explain what I mean by why we got to have a greater faith. Okay? This is 2 Esdras chapter 5 and verse 42. And he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring. Like as there is no slackness of the last, even so there is no swiftness of the fist. All right? So liken the judgment to a ring. What goes around comes around, man. Everything that you putting in, you're going to get back. Okay? You will reap what you sow. That is a true saying. You will reap everything that you sow. If you out here sowing bad soil, if you out here putting bad soil in the ground with people's seeds, if you out here sowing tares amongst the wheat, if you out here sowing bad seeds to people, you know what I'm saying, and they got good soil, you're gonna perish for that. That same type of thing that you're doing is going to come back onto you. That's why it says in Matthew, I want to say, judge not lest ye be judged. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But judge not lest ye be judged. We got to remember, as we being saints that are judging the world, we got to understand, we got to look in our own eye first. We got to look at the things we go through. This goes back into the lesson about being humble, humility. All right. This is just a spinoff, because in order to be humble, we have to have faith. We cannot have faith. We cannot not have faith and call ourselves humble. All right. Galatians 6:9. All right. Let's go to that real quick. And we're going to go back to James in a second. We're going to go back to James so I can continue to explain. This is the book of Galatians chapter 6 and verse 9. All right. And let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. All right. So we shall reap if we faint not. All of my brothers and sisters who are going through affliction, all right, if you feel like your faith is running low, you need to get down on your knees. You need to pray to the Most High, cry to the Most High, weep to the Most High, asking him to increase your faith, increase the faith of the nation, increase the faith of the saints that are enduring. Because the only thing that's going to save us is faith. That's the only thing. That's all we got to rely on in these last days, man. Faith. We got the commandments, but you can't keep the commandments without faith. You know what I'm saying? Faith, number one necessity for humans, but I speak as a man. Faith is the number one necessity. I mean, you got to think how insane, you know what I'm saying? This is why let's go to the book of James chapter 4 real quick. All right? I want to say, is it James 4 or 1 John 4? I'm tripping. Salakia. Bear with me real quick. Because we got to have faith. Our faith is the number one substance for human beings, okay? Every human exercises faith in some shape, form, or fashion. But all faith is not necessarily good faith. Some people having faith that they get things of the wicked. You know what I'm saying? Some people have faith that they inherit the riches of the wicked. But that's not good faith. You know what I'm saying? Good faith is what we do when we're suffering for the Most High. Good faith is what we're using when we're going through something. And instead of taking it out on somebody, instead of taking our frustrations out on somebody, instead of going back to the world, no, man, we stay in this thing. We endure. We stay diligent. We seek the Most High 10 times harder. All right. That's good faith. That's great faith. It's great faith you know how great of a faith you have to be going through something and you not see the end of the road. But constantly endure. Keep the same spirit. Keep praying. Keep fasting. Keep doing everything the Most High asks you to do. Not complaining about why me, Lord. Why not you? We are a chosen generation. Why not you? Faith in the universe. Kind. All right. So let's go to 1 John chapter 4. All right. 1 John chapter 4. And let's go to verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. He that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love God, whom he hath not seen? You know what I'm saying? So this is understanding why faith is as believers in the Most High God, our number one substance. We've never seen this man, never seen the Most High God, but yet we believe in him. Yet we sitting up here using the Bible, cutting people up with precepts. We sitting up here using the Bible, reading it, fasting and praying, obeying everything in this book. But yet we sitting up here saying the Most High God is real. How can we convince somebody who doesn't believe? How can we convince somebody who's never seen the Most High God that God is real? How? We got to do it through faith, man, through the Spirit of the Most High God. You're not going to sit up here and tell me that it's as easy as 1, 2, 3 to believe that there is a God. Because for us it is. Because our faith is great. But for a lot of our brothers and sisters who are in the world, it's not. Because they never knew what faith really was. They don't know the definition of faith. They don't know how to operate faith. They don't know how to operate in faith. So we just got to remember these things, man. We got to keep these things in mind. Through the Spirit of the Most High, we're going to keep on having faith, enduring, increasing our faith, being stronger, being weightlifters in this truth, man. We got to continue to endure these afflictions, okay? That's the best way you're going to get out of affliction is by keeping faith, man. Having faith, all right? So this is just some of the things that we got to remember, that faith is the number one source of human life. Because we never seen the Most High God, yet we believe in him so strongly. We willing to go to war about this book. We willing to die for this book. You can't tell me that we not having faith if we sitting up here teaching the word, standing on street corners, in the heat, in the rain, all types of work for the truth, all types of work for the kingdom, praying, fasting, sacrificing every wicked thing in this life for the Most High God. And you telling me, oh, we got proof that he's real. Well, how do we prove it? Through faith, man. By works, we prove it. And I'm not saying that it's impossible to prove it to somebody. I pray that the Most High God wake up all the lost sheep. Only 2/3 shall be saved. But we just got to understand that the only way we can get the 2/3 to wake up is if we have faith. We got to cut people up with faith. Faith in the scriptures. Faith in your everyday walk. Times getting hard, have faith and pray for it to be increased each and every day. Be careful what you pray for, because if you're praying for increased faith, just know that it's going to come with increased affliction. For the greater the wisdom, the greater the grief. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to understand that we got to have faith in these last days, especially in the times we living in now. We don't know what the hell is going on with this world. All hell breaking loose with the Taliban in Afghanistan right now. You got China and Russia looking to partner up with the Taliban. You know what I'm saying? You got wildfires all over the world. You got war breaking out. How you think we're going to be delivered in these last days if you're not having faith? How do you think we're going to be able to endure afflictions in these last days if you're not having faith? A lot of Israelites' big thing is preaching that you don't need the vaccine. The Most High already gave what you needed to beat any virus inside of you, in which I agree. But how do we have the mindset to say that? Through our faith. You know what I'm saying? All of these are the beginning of sorrows, Khan. And the only way we're going to be healed in Jacob's trouble, delivered in Jacob's trouble, when all hell breaks loose, when the overthrow of Babylon kicks in, at the end of Esau, Jacob's new beginning, we going to have faith, man. It's really going to come a day where we're not going to be able to buy or sell. How are we going to eat? We don't even got tissue to wipe your butt with. You don't got no food. You might have crying babies. Through faith is how we going to get our deliverance through any affliction that we go through, especially in these end times. Let's get some precepts on affliction. Let me get Psalms chapter 119. So just remember, brothers and sisters, man, we got to have faith. All right. This goes right back into humility. OK, this goes right back into humility. This goes cutting up, boy. Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way. This man is cutting up. But we got to have faith in these last days. This goes right back into humility. This goes back into, you know what I'm saying, being hungry. This goes to understanding the word. You got to have faith to understand this word. All right. You got to have faith that the words that in this book are true. You look at these prophecies and they come to pass. How can it not be true? But that's one thing to say to somebody who don't believe. You got to show them more. But let's go to Psalms chapter 119 real quick, and we're going to go to verse 67. Salakia. Psalms 119, and we're going to go to 67. Right here. All right. This is Psalms 119 to 67. And it reads, before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I have kept thy word. So before we was afflicted, we went astray, but now we kept the word. All right. So this is a proof of, you know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers and sisters probably in the truth and started going off. Well, then all of a sudden, chastisement started coming. Started getting your behind beat by the Most High God. And what did he do? What did that cause you to do? That caused you to snap back into keeping those laws, statutes, and commandments. Look, verse 68. Thou art good and doest good. Teach me thy statutes. All right. Verse 71. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. Okay. The law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver. So this is the Most High in his word saying that, look, we gonna get afflicted. You know what I'm saying? We gonna go astray. We get afflicted. It was good that I've been afflicted because I come back to your word. I go 10 times harder. You know what I'm saying? Affliction is necessary. It's necessary to chastise those whom you love. Let's go to Sirach 30:1 real quick. It's necessary to chastise those whom you love. All right? Because if you spare the rod, you spoil the child. We're going to get that too. Let's go to the book of Sirach chapter 30 and verse 1 real quick. All right. And it reads, he that loveth his son causeth him oft to feel the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end. Verse 2, he that chastiseth his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance. All right. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. So he that loveth his son cause him oft to feel the rod. We think it's a bad thing sometimes when we going through something. A lot of, like I said, affliction can be both ways. You can be enduring it because you're doing righteous. You can be enduring it because you're going off. You just got to have the discernment of your daily actions. You just got to have faith each and every day that you can stay on track. I'd rather you be afflicted for doing the right thing than doing the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? In fraternity, sometimes they do this thing where they ask you a question and you come out of line. You know what I'm saying? This is folly and foolishness, but this is what they do. You get out of line. They ask you a question. You might say the right question off the top of your head and you still get hit for it. They still beat you for it. And their excuse for that is just because you got the answer right don't mean I still shouldn't show you love. That's love that I just did that. And I'm not likening the Most High to no fraternity, no wicked organization, nothing like that. But what I'm saying is that's how a lot of times things are. When the Most High God, when we're right and we're operating in the spirit, we're going to get temptation coming. We're going to get a lot of these things are going to be used against us to try to throw us off the block. Just like when Job was a righteous man. Had all these gifts, had all these assets. He was blessed, man. He was a blessed man. That's what I was trying to say. But he was a blessed man. And the Lord and the enemy was like, look, I've been out the earth seeking who I may devour. And the Lord, the Most High said, have you considered my servant Job? So Job's faith was so great that the Most High said, have you considered my servant Job? And he told Satan, you can touch everything around him but him. You can touch him, but don't kill him. Touch his body, don't take his soul. Don't take his life. Job lost everything, man. And he never cursed the Most High God. Never. Let's get Job 2:10 because I want to show you what Job was so strong in his faith. His wife started going off. And he put her in check in the quickness. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that real quick. Job chapter 2 and verse 10. Because this is the type of faith we all should have. The Lord bet on him. The Lord bet on Job. You know how strong your faith got to be for the Most High God to bet on you. to the enemy to bet on you. If all the money in your bank account right now, would you bet it on your closest homeboy to not go through something and still be, would you bet on your closest homeboy or your closest loved one to go through something and not curse your name? Something that they know that you ordained. I couldn't bet every dime that I got in my bank account, and it's only 10 dimes in my bank account. I could bet every dime in my bank account right now that if I tell my sister, look, I'm going to give you all this, and I ain't even going to tell her I'm going to give you all this. I'm going to just say, look, I need you to go do this for me, knowing I'm sending her in a place of danger, in a place of hurt, in a place of affliction. It ain't no way in the world I can say that she won't say nothing bad about me. This man Job endured all this affliction, and this is what he told his wife. All right? Then said, verse 9, then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse God and die. She told this man to curse God and die. How are you retaining your integrity? The Most High God is not dealing with you. You done lost this. You done lost your children. You done lost your cattle. You done lost your sheep. You done lost everything that you done had. Curse him and die. But he said unto her, verse 10, but he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of God, and shall we not receive evil? And all this did not Job sin with his lips. The Most High sends rain on the just as well as the unjust. So we got to understand that we got to have faith in these things, that the Most High can replace anything that he gives us, because he gives and takes away. You got to have integrity. And that's the only way you're going to have faith, is by having integrity. You like me going through affliction, the devil get the whispering in your ear, you can't endure this. This is too hard. Oh, ain't no way out. Oh, it's over for you. This look like the end of the road. You might as well go back to the world. You might as well return back to your folly. All right? What does Proverbs 26, I want to say 26:7 say about folly? Going back to your folly. What is that? No, it's not Proverbs 26:7. Salakia 26:11. As a dog returneth to his vomit, so a fool returneth to his folly. So you would have to be a fool to literally fall out of truth, do away with the Most High God, do away with your integrity, because you're getting afflicted, because you're enduring affliction. And let's go to Hebrews 6. Let's see what Hebrews chapter 6 has to say about people falling away from the truth. All right. This is the book of Hebrews. Salakia. This is the book of Hebrews chapter 6. Okay. Verse 4. For it is impossible for those who were once enlightened and have tasted of the heavenly gift and were made partakers of the Holy Ghost and have tasted of the good word of God and the powers of the world to come, if they shall fall away, to renew them again unto repentance, seeing they crucified themselves, the Son of God afresh, and put him to an open shame. It is impossible to get back into the truth after you've fallen off. And a lot of people fall off because they're being afflicted. But you got to have faith to endure this affliction. That's the only way we're going to make it in these last days. Faith to endure these afflictions. Okay? We got to be mindful that everything that was set up for us, we got to be, let's go to Jeremiah 29:11 real quick. I'm not even going, do too much talking to my own self. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 29 and verse 11 real quick, like. Jeremiah 29:11. All right. We got to understand that a lot of times we go through affliction for reasons, for purposes. Okay. This is book of Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. But this all goes back to faith. This all goes back to the power of life and death being in your tongue. Okay. Let's go to Proverbs 28:1 real quick. The power of life and death being in your tongue. I think that's it. Is that 28:1? Salakia. Bear with me for a second. Or is that 18? Proverbs 18. Salakia. Power of life and death in the tongue. I want to say that's Proverbs 18. Goodness gracious. Y'all, somebody dropped a precept for me. The power of life and death being in the tongue, man. I can't even get it off my mind at the moment. You know what I'm saying? I seen it on here. But All that goes back to saying that the power of life and death is in the tongue. I can't think of the precept off the top of my head. I want to say it's 18. Oh, Salakia, right here, 18 to 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. All right? So we got to remember that death and life are in the power of the tongue. Okay? Understand that we got to have faith to endure. This is why I said you got to have humility. How hungry can you be? All right? Faith is a part of the words you speak, man. Faith is definitely made perfect by works. All right? Faith worketh by love, okay? But love will not speak no evil. We went over this yesterday. That we gotta be compassionate towards one another. Well, you gotta be compassionate when you look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Look at yourself. Talk to yourself. Tell yourself, man, look, I got faith that whatever I'm going through, the Most High God plan is greater than this. Okay? You got to endure these afflictions with joy and a smile on our face. It ain't easy. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. I'm not even saying that when I go through things, I always have a smile on my face. No, sometimes I'm up late at night thinking like, how do I get out of this? How can I get out of this? But there's no worldly answer to anything that we go through. No, you got to have faith through the Spirit of the Most High God. Keep the faith. You know what I'm saying? Just keep the faith. Let's go back to James real quick, because I know I said we was going to go there earlier, but I went off. Started going going astray, man. Now I'm afflicting myself because I'm pushing for time. I ain't trying to be, you know what I'm saying, too long. But we got to have faith in these last days, man. That's the only way we going to be saved is by faith. And that's just not saying I'm just saved by faith or I'm saved by grace. You know what I'm saying? Because we not saved from anything yet. That's what the Christian church like to tell us. We saved. Well, what are you saved from, brother and sister? You ain't keeping no laws. You think that we can eat pork. You think that the Sabbath day is Sunday, but yet you still go buy and sell on the Sabbath day. Where is that at? You know what I'm saying? Let's go back to James chapter 2 real quick. And like I said, even so faith, if it have not works, is dead being alone. Verse 18, yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Okay, he may say he got faith, and I just got works. Okay, well, check this out. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will shew thee my faith by my works. I'm going to show you my faith by my works. Athletes, when athletes train, this is a prime example of faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. We don't 9 times out of 10 see the work people putting in. We not 9 times out of 10 not seeing people praying, people fasting. Okay? But when they start getting blessings and they start inheriting things, that is evidence of the things that we did not see right there. Athletes got it best. When we're working out, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just speaking as a former athlete. We working out. People not seeing the work we put in. No, they only seeing when we winning on game days. Tampa Bay Buccaneers just won the Super Bowl. The year before that, they went, 7-9 with Jameis Winston? Tom Brady come in, changed it around. Them boys put in a lot of work. That was the evidence of things not seen. That Super Bowl championship was the evidence of things not seen. They had to put in the work for that. Just like we got to put in the work to get to our glory. The glory that we want. You say that you got faith without works. Okay, will you show me your faith without your works? And I'm going to show you my faith by my works. There's a story of Kobe Bryant when he was shooting in the gym. I think it was going to play against the Bulls. He seen Caron Butler in the gym, so he shot around probably 2 hours before tip-off, getting a full-blown workout before a full-fledged NBA game. Showing the brother that was going to be guarding him like, look, I see you in here looking at me. I'm just showing you that I'm willing to work 10 times harder. And sometimes we got to have the mindset of that. We got to have that type of mindset. Like I said, faith is a lot of what we speak and how we think, okay? We got to operate in the spirit and in the flesh, the spirit and in the truth. Just know that we got to have faith to endure all these afflictions. Sometimes we're afflicted for good. Sometimes we're afflicted because we're going off. But you got to have faith that the Most High God is able to keep you astray. If you already know in Sirach 2:1 that we got to prepare our soul for temptation, because in 2:5 it says gold is tried in the fire, you know what I'm saying, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity, Then you got to know that if the Most High sees that you're an acceptable man or woman, it is my ox or aquas. If you think that you're an acceptable man or acceptable woman in the sight of the Most High God, well, you're going to get tried in the fire. You're going to be afflicted, but you got to have faith to endure that affliction. And if you out here, you're a brother or sister that's going off, then you need to repent and you need to go back to turning and keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments so that way you can be healed. All right? This is Hebrews 12:5 real quick. And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, no faint when thou art rebuked of him. All right? Verse 6, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. Verse 7, if ye endure chastening, God dealeth with you as sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? All right? Verse 8, but if ye be without chastisement, whereof are all partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. So if you're not being afflicted, you're a bastard. You're a bastard because you're not being afflicted. No father can love his son and not chastise him. All right? Proverbs 13, I want to say that's 13 and 24. You can't love your child as a mother and not chastise them. As a father, you can't love your child and not chastise them. The Most High God deals with us, which is why we go through affliction. But you got to know which type of affliction it is. If you know that you've been out of the spirit lately and you've been going astray, well, then you know that this affliction is because you've been going off. You need to repent. You're making yourself soft again. You're making yourself vulnerable. Because thou art lukewarm, I will spew thee out of my mouth. You got to stay on fire for the Most High God. Through faith, through humility. You got to ask yourself each and every day, how hungry am I? How hungry are you really for the Most High God? How hungry are you for the kingdom? How hungry are you to deliver the lost sheep of the house of Israel? How hungry are you to be a prophet or a prophetess? Not only the hearers of the word are justified, but the doers of the word are justified. You feel me? You can't just be a hearer and think that's good enough. That's just like having faith without works. And let's go to Romans chapter 10 and 17 real quick. I was going to get into Romans 9, but just know that the Most High God can do anything, man, that he wants to do. 3 and 25, all right? Not 3 and 25, Salakia. Romans 10 and 17. I'm on a bean, ain't it? Salakia. And we going to end it with Romans 10 and 17, man. Romans chapter 10 and verse 17. All right. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. All right. So understand that. Actually, let's go to 18 real quick. But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world. But I say, did not Israel know? First Moses said, I will provoke you to jealousy by them that are no people, and by a foolish nation I will anger you. All right? So you got to understand that the Most High God, he gives us faith. Faith come by hearing, hearing by the word. Okay, now you've heard the word. Now it's time to put the work in. Now it's time to show, Salakia. Now it's time to show how hungry you really are for the Most High God. Now it's time to exercise this humility that we say that we need, that we have. We got to be diligent through the Spirit. We got to be humble through the Spirit. We got to be willing to deliver our brothers and sisters through faith, because that is what's going to keep us in these last days. That's what's going to help deliver the lost brothers and sisters. Faith. I know these are kind of milky topics, but we need these milky things. Oftentimes we dig for things deeper that are too high for us, and we don't have no understanding of the simple things. We got to go back to the basics in this truth. We got to go back to the milk. We got to be weaned from the milk. We got to be drawn from the breast. Brothers is trying to seek breakdowns of the 4 beasts and the 10 horns. You know what I'm saying? In Daniel 7. No, brother, do you understand what faith is first? Do you understand what humility is first? Do you understand what is love? How do you define love? Do you understand what sin is? Do you understand why Israel went into captivity in the first place? We got to have faith to understand the simple things, man. We got to have faith to understand the great things. We got to have faith to understand the small and great. And I'm not telling brothers and sisters not to seek. If you've already been surpassed the milk level, all praise to the Most High God. But do not forsake the things that which you learned from before time. Because Romans 15:4 says everything written aforetime was written for our learning. All right. And let's read that. And I'll end on that one for sure. All right. So for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. All right. So we got to understand that we got to be like-minded towards one another. All right. We got to ask ourselves on a daily basis, how hungry are we really? We got to tell ourselves that you got faith, you can endure. It doesn't matter what you go through. Understand that faith works by love. Love is the keeping of the commandments. Put in work with these commandments. Put in work with having faith. Put in work with these laws, statutes, and commandments. I said it again. Wear your fringes. Wear your fringes. Keep the Shabbat. Keep the feast days. Keep the Sabbath days. I said that already. But keep the feast days. Keep the holy days. Endure. Endure to the end. Have faith. Because this affliction that we go through is only for a short time. Know that we will be able to be delivered from anything if we have faith. But you can't continue to endure something and then every day, woe is me, this, that, and the third. I'm just going through. I don't think I can do it. I just think that the Most High God is setting this up for my bad, not for my good. No, la'ah. You got to speak those things that are not as though they were. So with that being said, man, it's been a mighty 3 days. But going to pass it to the next mighty speaker. The next day, the next mighty teacher for tomorrow, day 10 of this 30 for 30, man. I appreciate all the Ox and Akwas tuning in each and every time we get on this live. Through the spirit of the Most High God, we just trying to bring forth a fire in the nation. All right. Remember faith. All right. Faith and affliction go hand in hand. You being afflicted, that means you not having faith. And if you being afflicted, Slakia, let me rephrase that. If you being afflicted because you going off, then that means you was not having faith. Not having faith that any temptation that was put upon you to cause you to start going straight that you could beat. We got to be transformed by the renewing of the mind. We're stronger in the mind than we really think we are. If we get our mind right, our body will follow. But you got to be strong-minded. Romans 12:2, remember that. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You transform your mind, your body will follow. Faith worketh by love. So train your mind to know that I have great faith. I'm going to show my faith by my works each and every day. Through affliction. If you going off, repent. Come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. Seek the Father 10 times harder. Fast and pray. Cast those demons out. And have faith. You got to have greater faith than you did before. And if you're getting afflicted because you call yourself a mighty man or woman in the Most High, count it all joy. If you're being tempted in the spirit, count it all joy. Show your faith. This is the time where you can show your faith. Anytime you go through something, this is the time where I say, damn it, Most High God, I appreciate it. Now I get to show why I feel like I'm your son. I'm your daughter. All right. So, man, hey, stay girded in these last days, man. You know what I'm saying? Passing it off to the next mighty teacher for the next day, for the next 3 days. Just stay tuned, man. But Shalom, brothers and sisters, man. I hope this message was powerful. I know, kind of tongue-tied, you know what I'm saying? But I do appreciate y'all for joining in. Double honors to your family. Double honors to your fathers and mothers. Double honors to the elders and the prophets and apostles. Double honors to the Akwas out there staying diligent. Double honors to the Ox out there preaching the word, spreading the truth to the four corners of the earth. All praises to the Most High God, you know what I'm saying, through the name of his only begotten son, all right? So y'all stay girded, stay blessed, and keep the faith, man. Keep enduring this affliction. Stay humble, and ask yourself each and every day, how hungry am I? All right? So shalom.